Well, hello, it's Wednesday, so it must be time for Wee Hats Wednesday Whip. And you join me here on a rather soggy Wednesday, but yesterday was quite nice. So we were out in the allotment, things like that. So here we are, indoors, doing indoor jobs today. Anyway, what have I been doing in terms of knitting crochet? Well, I didn't join you last week because we were out in South Wales, walking the Wales Coast Path, and it was rather wet last Wednesday, so I didn't really feel like whipping out my whips and showing you them in the pouring rain as we were trudging between Swansea and Cardiff. We did have a few nice days, but we did have a bit of rain as well, as did everybody. Anyway, while I was away, I did manage to get some knitting done because we went down by train. So that was a lovely journey down from Chester to Swansea and back to Cardiff. So that's 3 hours, 4 hours each way. And in the evenings, relaxing over a beverage, I did some knitting as well. So what did I do? Well, I started this, which is going to be a hat for Mr. W. So this yarn here is sort of an Aran Tweedy yarn, and I bought it in the Dingle. No, it wasn't, Kilcare in the west coast of Ireland about 5 or 6 years ago, perhaps a bit more. And it was in their job lot. Some of it I made into a lovely blanket, which some of you may have seen. But I did have some left, so when Mr. W said he wanted a blanket, a hat, I thought, oh, I know what I can use. So I got it out and he liked it and I'm using it. So this is what you call a fisherman's rib. So it's knit one, purl one, but when you knit, you slip a stitch. It's a bit like if you knit socks, it's a bit like the slip stitch, but you actually do a yarn over when you're slipping the stitch. And you do that every alternate row because I'm doing it in circular needles. And it makes it a nice sort of stretchy hat type texture. So hopefully you'll like that. So I've got a bit more to do with that. The other thing I did was, inspired by my sock school, of course, I knitted a sock. Yay! So I thought, oh, I'd seen this pattern. It's a Winwick Mum pattern, and it's specifically for self-striping yarns. And this is self-striping yarn. It's West Yorkshire Spinners, spring greens, and it's magic how it comes up. It makes sock knitting such a delight. Anyway, so this one is a chevron stitch. So you need to do some knit two togethers, slip, slip, knit, and some increasing by knitting in the front and the back. And of course in the right order, otherwise it doesn't go chevron-y. But I think it makes quite a nice effect with the self-striping yarn. I don't think it would be as effective in just variegated yarn, but certainly for self-striping, that's lovely. And because you, when you're knitting two together or decreasing and increasing, your tension is a lot tighter. So it's a 70 stitch cast on here rather than a 60, which I normally do. And she uses a thicker needle. I use 2.5 because I usually use a 2.25 because my tension's quite loose. And it's come out quite nicely. It fits snug as a bug in a rug on my foot. So all I have to do now is the other one. So that it doesn't feel too lonely, but I'm quite impressed with that. I really like that pattern. So they are one sock, so holiday sock knitting, one completed. But the other big tick, because it is always nice to finish things, so I've half finished the sock, I've half finished that. I finished this jumper. So this is for Mr. W's niece, who will be 40 in a couple of weeks' time. And this is Rico chunky yarn. It's a Rowan pattern, a basic pattern, and it's supposed to be big and chunky and loose. So I hope she likes that. So there we go. It's a variegated yarn, so it comes up like that naturally. But I've enjoyed knitting that. It's a nice simple pattern, but really interesting effect at the end. So quite like that. So there you go. So that is what I've been up to in my knitting and crochet. I hope you're having a fantastic week. I shall be doing some more knitting and crochet next week, showing what I've been up to, and I'll see you then. Bye for now.